Hey everyone, Bo Booey here. Um, just wanted to give everyone a little sneak peek about the Evergreen Cemetery Kiosk project that's going on. You might hear the buzz, but I just want to give you a little sneak peek about it. So when we get to the site, you'll see that there's this splash screen here. We'll have it set up so it highlights those that have donated the project and have helped out. Myself for helping with the data recovery and putting together the whole platform. Barry Byers big, thanks to him. The county engineer's office for putting together the drone imagery. Brad Baker, being the cemetery director, helping me through this process. I asked him a lot of questions, and then Elaine Holland, our fundraising coordinator. Big thanks to her. Came out of nowhere and really just is helping out a whole bunch. Big thanks to you, Elaine. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK here, and I'm just going to dive right in. So here's the main functionality. So and it may seem pretty simple, but I'll show you all that it takes. So I'm going to search for a burial record. So if you know my grandparents, John and Lois, they are buried here. So their names show up pretty quickly. I'm going to click on John, and then bang, takes you right to his plot. And then you'll see that all of this information. This is all information that we were able to pull from the old system that we were able to recover. Big thanks to whoever in the past went through and digitized all this information initially. So there's a card catalog in the cemetery office that contains, most of, I think, all of this information that you see on a particular record. Everything, full name, when they were born, when they passed, military information, which is pretty amazing to have in there. Funeral home, where they're born, passed, et cetera, et cetera. Pretty neat stuff. And essentially, there you go. That's the main functionality. Is being able to do that. But I mean, it's so neat. So now, it may seem so simple by searching for a name and taking right to it, but to think of all of what went on in the background to get to this point. So I mean, you can see all of these are all different polygons that had to be created, and then there's all of this data. Every single burial record had to be associated to each individual polygon. Up in the top right here, we've got different layers, so I'm going to show you how we got to this point. So we had original plot maps that we were able to scan in. Again, big thanks to the county engineer's office for allowing me to use their big format scanner. Had to tape up the edges of these old plot maps and slowly scan them in. And so then you'll see these maps. Most maps were from the 60s. Memorial Gardens, I think their maps are from the 90s. But you can see that, here are the plots that were done. And then, so what we had to do is build polygons on top of that, and then split them up depending on how many individuals were buried in a particular plot. Had to split it up so everyone had their unique identifier to associate that information to. So I mean, this is just one section. I mean, over 14,000 data points. We also have a layer here for the sections itself. So if you go to the cemetery, you'll actually see new signs that Brad has put up that to identify each section with what it is. And so this platform is amazing because there's so much more that we can do to it. I've been saying, it's got legs. I mean, some of the stuff that we'd be able to do, for instance, we can add a layer for the Court of Honor to showcase, all of the flag locations, the flag holders on this map. We can make it so we could set up and identify all the different trees that are here, and then have a map for that information. Or we might even be able to pull that in from the DNR and have it on here. We can set it up so Brad out in the field, he could go around and even create a work order system on it, where for instance, maybe one of these trees are dead, and so then he can mark it that it needs to be removed. He can do that right from his phone, and then save that information to a layer that he would have access to. Um, there's so much that we can do with this, and that's one of the amazing things about it. Um, Other things that we'll be able to do in the future, create different filters, and so it'd be nice, so if you are wanting to shop for a plot and you're from afar, to be able to see, we can color coordinate these polygons. So if it's green, it's an available space. If it's red, it's already taken. We can create a filter so it only shows those that have a military background. We can filter it if it's a male burial, a female burial. There's just, once that we've got all this data in there, there's so much that we can do to analyze the data. Another neat feature that we can do is create story maps. So think of it as a digital cemetery walk. So, kind of like you saw the splash screen at the beginning here. Think of it, something like that comes up, tells you kind of the story, the beginning of the story, and then we push next, and then it would hop you right to that next grave, and it can tell you the story of that particular individual, whether it's via text or photos or video. And then you can hit a next button, and then have it hop you over to the next grave, and then just be able to put together a story. I mean, if we wanted to put together a story about all the individuals that might have been involved in the Underground Railroad for Red Oak, or prominent individuals at the Murphy Calendar Company, or what have you. I mean, there's all sorts of ways that we can highlight the history, um, of those that have passed. Um, there's a lot that we can do. So I'm very excited that we are where we are now. It's been a long, uh, difficult process, but we are here. I'm so excited that I can share this with you guys. So stay tuned, and if you're able to help donate to the cause, I think everyone would much appreciate it. I think this is a valuable asset for our community, and that was our purpose, is to make this available to everyone. So thank you.